is on a timer. The Supreme Court's order on stray dogs has divided opinions right down the middle. Within 8 weeks, all stray dogs must be removed from the streets and housed in shelters. They cannot be released. Supreme Court has asked for sterilization, vaccination, tracking devices and a public helpline from Delhi government and other relevant authorities. The top court has also warned that anyone obstructing the crackdown will face legal action. This ruling comes in the name of public safety with special insistence on protecting children and the elderly. Why such a scathing order? Because a little girl named Chavi Sharma, just 6 years old, died of rabies after being bitten by a rabid stray in Delhi. The tragedy forced the court into taking suo motu action. Supporters of the move, like resident groups and the several paw parents, are hailing the move as a long overdue public safety measure, highlighting that hospitals record nearly 2,000 dog bite incidents every single day in Delhi. But critics, including actors, politicians, animal rights activists and legal experts, are denouncing this directive as inhumane and impractical. They say that it undermines the existing Animal Birth Control 2023 rules that emphasizes on humane ABC methods.
All it's going to do is to create a law and order situation. In the last 3 hours, we have received over 3.5 lakh emails from people in Delhi saying, "Hum to ladenge." Are we going to have fighting in this peaceful, beautiful city? So this is not implementable. See, it will cost the government over 15,000 crores to even make the shelters. Or फिर अगर कभी जगह मिले, that is if they find a place to construct the shelters, it will cost them 5 crores a week just in feeding. Shelters are run privately. Government has never made a government shelter.
We have more than 6 crore dogs in a free roaming state, which are unvaccinated and unneutered. This is a huge health and safety hazard. No country in the world has dogs in a free roaming state. Dogs obviously have a right to life, and they must be neutered, vaccinated, and moved to shelters, or people must adopt them. We can't have dogs in the street. And now the Supreme Court has stepped in because the situation is alarming, and perhaps their order is very severe. It can't be implemented in the short run, but this has definitely woken up all these stakeholders, and hopefully some middle ground will be reached.
देखिए, I totally understand human dog conflict है यहाँ पर. I also understand कि लोगों को इससे तकलीफ हुई है, पर आज ये तकलीफ इस स्केल पे कैसे बढ़ गई? ये सबसे बड़ी फेलियर दिल्ली म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन की और सारे उन म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशंस की है जिनकी जिम्मेदारी होती है कि जो डॉग्स हैं उनको न्यूटर सही समय पे करें. अभी उनको ये तो कह दिया है ये सारे कुत्तों को शेल्टर होम्स भेज दो. शेल्टर होम्स हैं कहाँ? बजट कहाँ है? तो ये जिम्मेदारी कहीं ना कहीं सुप्रीम कोर्ट को भी ऑर्डर देने से पहले ये सेंसिटिविटी अबाउट लाइव्स थोड़ी रखनी चाहिए. सारा का सारा दोष उन पे डाला जा रहा है जो कुछ बोल भी नहीं सकते हैं.
Today is indeed a very sad day for dog lovers and for lovers of pets or lovers of animals. The Supreme Court, in its wisdom, to my mind, has passed a judgment that will turn out to be draconian. There are solutions for what the Supreme Court believes is the problem. Rather than throw the baby with the bathwater, there are many things that society can do, that citizens can do. Sterilization of dogs doesn't require surgeries as it did in the past. There are injections available which are being used in countries like the United States. We need to be more compassionate, because while the Supreme Court has said that stray dogs must leave city limits and must be put in shelters and
Several celebrities have taken a public stand on this issue, the latest being actor John Abraham, who has even written to the Chief Justice of India, Justice B.R. Gavai, urging a review of the Supreme Court direction for the removal of Delhi's community dogs to shelters and faraway places. John Abraham is calling this order illegal, impractical and inhumane. Here's some excerpts from John's letter. He says that I urge the Supreme Court to review dog order. It's illegal, impractical and inhumane. Dogs are Delhiites in their own right and displacement will cause suffering. ABC rules for dogs are effective, not human to relocate stray dogs. John Abraham also goes on to say that he is requesting for a modification of the existing order and that we need lawful, effective ABC approach. Like Abraham, there are other prominent personalities from across the spectrum who are also opposing Supreme Court's dog directive. Leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Rahul Gandhi, has taken to social media platform to say that animals are not problems to be erased. He also urged the authorities to adopt shelters, sterilization, vaccination and community care to ensure public safety without cruelty. His sister and Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi has also weighed in. She says dogs are the most beautiful, gentle creatures and they don't deserve this kind of cruelty. Let's give you a lowdown of their opinion on the matter. Rahul Gandhi says that voiceless souls are not problems that need to be erased. Strange judgment given by an angry person is Maneka Gandhi's observation. Nation that can't care for dogs is not compassionate, is what Suhel Seth has to say. Canon cleansing in the name of law is unconscionable, says Swapan Das Gupta. He is a former Rajya Sabha MP. And there are those like Simi Garewal, the actor, who says that the Supreme Court verdict needs to be reversed. Then adopt an indie. It is key for humanity to kick in is a plea that has been put out by Vir Das, who is an actor and a stand-up comedian. Caging all strays is not a solution. It is equivalent to erasure, says Janvi Kapoor. If you are a Delhi resident, please adopt an indie is a plea coming in from Dhanashri Verma, who is also an influencer. Today, it's the dogs. Tomorrow, who will it be is a caution coming from Varun Dhawan. I am reading this as a death sentence for all dogs. Those are the sentiments from Chinmay Singer. There is just no compassion left. No compassion, a passionate plea by Siddharth Anand. Increasing population of Indies is not their fault, says actor Raveena Tandon. But let's talk scale versus capacity. Estimates put Delhi's stray population at about 5 to 10 lakh dogs. In Gurugram, also a part of the NCR region, there are about 50,000 stray dogs and shelters that can house only 100 of them. The disparity is stark. So the big question hanging over this order is, 1. Can Delhi NCR build and operate enough shelters humanely and efficiently in just 8 weeks? If yes, who is going to fund, staff and run these shelters? The MCD, the DDA, the NGOs or private entities? 2. Doesn't this order clash with ABC Rules 2023 or earlier court judgments that endorsed sterilization return models? 3. How can the state immediately protect the most vulnerable? Next question that arises is, can urgent pickups be set up around schools, parks, hospitals and live helplines with quick responses be put in place? The next question is, post-capture protocols. Who is going to ensure long-term welfare of these animals? And then, can we curb waste and garbage so feeding grounds don't perpetuate stray populations? The cost factor of this is another question in everybody's minds. The Delhi Chief Minister concurs with the line taken by the top court. She says her government will follow the orders to ensure people of Delhi do not suffer. My colleague Shivam is joining us for more on this. Shivam, have you heard from the Delhi government as to how exactly are they planning to implement the Supreme Court orders?
Well, that is the major point of contention that has become between the different people who are calling themselves animal lovers and those who support the entire judgment. We are currently reporting from the Hanuman Mandir near CP, and you see here the heavy security deployment. And this is not because certain kind of a protest, but because certain dog lovers are here in solitude expressing their particular concern on the opposite side completely to it. There was a kind of a protest that was organized yesterday also, a little candle march, after which a lot of detention took place. But today here as well you are seeing the different dog lovers that are coming to different places and are going, raising their particular voice against the court order. They are basically questioning different aspects of it. First one being how the Supreme Court is ignoring all the recent kind of reports. Second, what they are saying is what will happen to the dogs, what will happen to these particular dogs who are on the streets and what will be the condition. Now we have certain animal lovers with us. Ma'am, please let us know from where you have come and what is the concern, the major concern that you particularly have, be it how the dogs will be treated in those shelters, or even the government has infrastructure onto that?
My whole point is, I'm saying it very humbly, my whole point is human beings and animals coexist. We have seen animals, cats, dogs, they have been staying with us since our childhood. And let me tell you, they have been not a danger for us. First of all, they are not the dangerous species. Let me tell you, sheep, dogs, cats, they have been the biggest companion of human beings. But coming to the question and relocating them to shelters, let me tell you that whatever, despite making all the provisions, if they do it, my question is, who has given them the right to relocate them? They are the residents. They cannot speak. Even then, they are the residents of New Delhi, and all the rights have to be given to them. The only thing is, I wish, yes.
But one point that even Supreme Court highlighted, they're saying they're resident. But what if we have seen a lot of videos coming in where a lot of people have suffered, be it not just the bites, but when they were running behind them. That's the argument of Supreme Court. What about those little kids who fell down and who broke their limbs? What about them? How can you cure them?
Sir, there is always a right way of treating the things and people both. Let me tell you, there are rape cases increasing in New Delhi. Let's imagine this way. If you find 5 rapists, what would you do with these rapists? You will punish them? Yes, do whatever you want to do with them. But will you punish the entire male community? You will not do that. So those dogs which are diseased, dogs which have rabies, please take them to treatment. But this law should not be imposed on all dogs. They have been our companions for ages, and we will always fight for them, for sure. I hope my example was valid enough.
I just want to ask you about the implementation. Do you personally feel that relocating almost 6 to 7 lakh dogs in almost 8 weeks in shelters which are not even built today, is it even practical? What do you think?
देखिए, बिल्कुल भी प्रैक्टिकल नहीं है. एबीसी रूल्स के हिसाब से जो अभी अमेंड नहीं हुए हैं, रीलोकेशन एकदम इलीगल है. आप चेक कर सकते हैं. मे बी जितना मुझे पता है, मेरे पास डॉक्यूमेंट्स है, मैं दिखा सकता हूँ. रीलोकेशन गलत है उनको. और पहली बात, मैं एक साथ पॉइंट कहना चाहूंगा, ये हमारे देश की रक्षा करते हैं. डेटोनेटर ढूंढते हैं, बम ढूंढते हैं, तभी सेना ढूंढ पाती है चीजें. हमारी रक्षा उन पे डिपेंड है. तो ऐसा नहीं करना.
The people who are not in favor of the Supreme Court judgment, they are basically saying that they have been coexisting. There are different ways of training them, treating them, and to come to a common consensus, rather than going extreme steps and shifting them to a certain places which we don't even know that they exist in real life or not.
Okay, so let's now also tell our viewers what the administration in Delhi is thinking about it. Here is Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta on plans ahead.
देखिए, ये बात सच है. दिल्ली की जनता वर्षों से इस विषय पे परेशान है, और सरकार, पिछली सरकारों ने जो किया और नगर निगम में जिस तरीके से काम चल रहा था, हम उन सब के ऊपर लगातार हमारी सरकार बनने के बाद से इन विषयों पे चर्चा करते हुए इसके समाधानों पे वर्कआउट कर ही रहे थे. इसमें माननीय कोर्ट ने जो आदेश दिया है वो भी हमारे लिए बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है. हमारा एक ही ध्येय है, दिल्ली की जनता को राहत देना.
So here's the bottom line. Public safety, especially of our children and the elderly, is non-negotiable. Compassion towards animals is also non-negotiable. And now the test isn't just what the court has ordered. It is how effectively, how humanely, and how transparently this order can be carried out, and whether it can be reconciled with our laws, our conscience, and the operational realities of a city under pressure. Numbers say that stray dogs menace is a growing crisis. There are 20,000 dog bite cases that are reported every day, of which 2,000 dog bite cases are reported just from the national capital. In 2023, in all 57,000 plus dog bites had been reported in Delhi. The next year, it was around 45,000. And here is how citizens have been reacting to the Supreme Court's verdict.
चोरी नहीं होती इधर. चार्जर चोरी हो गया है. उस दिन कुत्ते नहीं थे. हाँ, और जब कुत्ते थे तो कोई चोरी नहीं होती इधर.
हाँ, उनको हटाना चाहिए, शेल्टर रूम में रखना चाहिए. ये बच्चों हैं, रोड तो किसी को भी खा सकता है. वो तो पहचानते नहीं है, जानवर है. इसीलिए मैं मानता हूँ कि इनको शेल्टर होम में ले जाया जाए।
कुत्तों से बहुत परेशान है और 5 नंबर 6 नंबर गली में ज्यादा ही कुत्ते रहते हैं और हमारे बच्चों को भी काट खाया उसने।
बच्चे कुत्ते को देख के बिचक जाते हैं, अब अचानक जो है साइड हो लपक लेते हैं, काट लेते हैं, नुकसान हो जाता है ना। इंसिडेंट हो जाता है, छोटे छोटे बच्चे हमारे पीछे आते हैं कुत्ते को देख के,